Hi, chosen one. The reason you go through isolation, the real reason you have to go through this stage is, they say that because your mind needs to be renewed, but it's actually a lot more than that. Not only is it renewed, it's more like it's restored after all the distortion that was brought into it by the world. And when you're isolated, you see things clearly and you see things the way they are. And God shows you a lot of things. But if you are, say, seeing these things and you are surrounded by the people of the world, there is a big chance that your perspective will be distorted again by these people because they are lost, because their perspective is, distorted by a lot of the things that are going on in the world. And also the fact that you are the chosen one and you constantly face opposition, you constantly face people that just are so much in this world, they don't see what you see. And not only they don't see what you see, they also have this, sense that they have to sort of oppose you, right? It's like you never pressure anyone into, seeing things your way, or, you just say the truth. And you do things, out of the right place, right? You never, manipulate, right? You never have any hidden agenda. You just do things the right way and you say the truth, right? You just speak it. You speak the truth, right? You don't have, hidden agenda. And you also know that, I guess, if you do make a mistake, right, then you're gonna feel bad about it, right? It's like you're not supposed to make mistakes. You're not supposed to, do things the wrong way. And so it's not even natural for you to do something that's very dark or manipulative, because it just does not feel right. That's just not who you are. That's just not how you created to be, right? That's not in your nature. So a lot of the time this is what happens. And a lot of the time you just speak the truth and you face this opposition for no reason. And a lot of the time it's because in people there's this majority kind of worldview and the world kind of worldview, right? And they also think that if the majority thinks that way, if the majority does things that way, then this is how it is, the right way, that's the right thing, when, that's actually the opposite in the world that we're in. The majority is lost and the majority does not see the truth. And so not only is it that if you are surrounded by people of the world, is it that you will have your perspective distorted, but also they will kind of try and oppose you. And if you're not strong in your worldview, right, if you're not strong with God, if you're not strong with seeing things clearly, right, if you're not strong, if you're still growing, right, or you're being restored, right, if you were kind of lost, or because a lot of chosen ones go through a lot of traumatizing experiences through life too, and that also kind of can blur your vision. But it's because the devil works so hard against God, and he will use everyone he possibly can to stop you. And the biggest way to stop you is to kind of blur your vision, is to distort the way you see things, right? Is to kind of make you confused and get lost in the world again, right? He wants you to be lost like everyone else, and he does not want you to do what God wants you to do. So the biggest reason I find is this, because when you are by yourself with God, you see things so clearly. And God also sort of, it's not that you just sitting there doing nothing, right? God is doing huge work on you, and so you're meant to see things for what they are, and just stay on your purpose, do what you need to do. So yeah, that's, the biggest reason I see for this isolation. But it's also, being a chosen one, you probably like being by yourself, because in the world that we are in, you notice that you easily get drained when you're surrounded by a lot of people who, are in the dark, people who are negative, because you feel the energy so strong, and it doesn't matter what the person looks like, right? They can look so presentable, wear a suit and stuff, but you just feel, the energy, and no suit will ever hide the people's energy, right? And so, if the person is really in the dark and they're doing some things that are wrong, you just feel it in their energy, and you easily get trained around these people. You just don't feel yourself, and you don't feel good, and also these people, they want your energy, right? They want the light, and they will try and take it from you, right? If you don't sort of block it from happening. And personally, funny thing I noticed, a lot of people, especially the ones who are narcissistic, they used to tell me before, right, that I come off like very strong, and that the things that I say, they are like too straight. And now that I think about it, everyone, like all the people that told me this, that, that I sound so straight and direct, and that I should sort of say things more in a soft way, right? These people were all like narcissists. They all were narcissistic, highly narcissistic, and there was nothing wrong with the things that I said. They were just plain truth. And, that's how you are as a chosen one. That's how you are, because you also have like your tongue, like the way that you say things is very like precise and right to the point, like directly to the point, because you don't like go around and try to hint things, especially the things that are important, because if you go around and try to hint things, people will not understand you. But when you say things like directly, like it's the plain truth, it's literally like cutting truth. And this is where like the demons like really have the problem with that, because demons know they can't run away from God. They can't run away from the truth. And yeah, that's how you are. And it's natural, like it's so natural for you, and it's actually, truth feels so good. In the dark world that we are in, speaking the truth is so liberating. It's so amazing. Like, it feels so good that you can just say the truth, And people who are narcissistic and people who know that they're doing the wrong thing, they find it really offensive. But it's just the truth, and it's actually liberating. And truth will liberate this world. But yeah, and personally, one more interesting thing about myself, I found that, whenever I would have to sort of play, say, in like it's like a theater play, or like, opera, for example, there's like a role, right? There's different roles. There's like good characters, and then there's like bad characters. And whenever I would have to sort of portray this bad kind of character, right? I never felt in my plate, like I never felt right by portraying that role. Like in my head, I would understand like, well, this is how this character is, and this is how I have to act, and this is how I have to sound. But I really don't enjoy showing that kind of character, right? I really like, in the spirit, I don't feel good showing that character. And especially as I was growing spiritually, especially as God was growing me, more and more I was noticing that I don't even want to play this character. Like, I don't even want to show this, because what kind of example am I setting to others, right? So what, they're gonna see that this is actually funny and enjoyable to sort of be this character, right? And so they will take that example and they will use it in their life, and that's actually a horrible thing to do. So, you know, it's not even in the nature of a chosen one to do those things, even if it's just for like a show, right? For opera, like, I don't know, maybe I will see this differently one day, but actually I probably won't. So, you know, you may like the music, right? You may like, you know, the words they have to say, or, you know, whatever, you know, you may like the idea, but as a chosen one, you probably really hate, like, being this kind of character, doing things that are just wrong or immoral. So, yeah, so that's how you are, and the reason you have to be isolated is because of this worldview, right? Your vision, your mindset that God is restoring that was distorted by things of the world, so that you are with God and so that you're focused on your purpose and you don't do the things of the world. You know, God is like strengthening you within Him. So that's how it is. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.